one of the biggest draws to films, at least for me in theaters, is the effects. You know, I'm not so much of a drama viewer when it comes to theater going. I can watch that on television and get just the same effect from it. But when it comes to the theater, I love, you know, a good, huge, extravagant presentation and lots of effects, be it, you know, CG, practical, whatever. I like it all. I do have a preference for practical, which is one of the reasons why I particularly enjoyed the film FX and the sequel FX2 about, an effects guy essentially dealing with crime and such. And thwarting the bad guys, right? And the film, obviously, the first film was so popular it spawned a sequel, but that's not all. No, two films essentially spawned a television series. So we're gonna open up FX season 1 and 2 here on DVD and see what's going on inside. These are from Alliance, and once I figure out where to go, I can open this up. So I will get this wrapping off eventually. Alright, there goes one. Season 1 is Unleashed. Season 2. Alright, so we will start with Season 1 here. There's the front cover. There's the back cover with some information. Top spine, back spine, bottom spine, and then the interior here portion, which just, in theory, just pulls out to reveal the same artwork. Okay, same artwork on this side as the front cover, but this portion here is different. Essentially tells you what is on each of the discs. There are 6 discs in total, with multiple episodes on each. I'm not sure I particularly care much for the way they listed all the, the episodes here, because it does seem like it's like one title, but it's not. Oh, I got a loose disc. And that would be why, because it's one of these really, really, really bad cases. I don't like these cases. In fact, I think this is all messed up. This is not in properly. I don't even know how you're supposed to get these things out. But I will show you in a second. Yeah. That was not in there. So not only was disc 4 in the wrong section, or disc 4 and 5, but disc 4 had popped out. And I will show you how these discs are contained here, because I don't like this. There you go. It seems like it's a little bit better than like a spindle on top, one on top of each other, but you still, it's not safe to just try and pull out the back disc or the middle disc without taking, the discs in front of it first. But on top of that, let's see if I can get one of these out. So that just popped out. Notice disc 2 fell to the bottom and has scratches on it. Maybe as a result, maybe from previous, I don't know. But yeah, essentially, so that disc is okay. You see here, it's just these little prongs that are sort of holding it in place into each little cradle. And that really kind of sucks, but I will give you... Yeah, so essentially, to pull them, how you're supposed to pull them out, I guess, is you're supposed to push down so that it gets free of the whatever's holding it in here, right? And then It should just pop out. Of course, I don't know if that's... Yeah, it should be the case with the bottom disc too. And it is. But let's take a look at the artwork that's found inside. There you go. And then we will take a look at the discs themselves. So essentially they all have the same artwork, which is this artwork here, right from inside, is on the disc. And then the only difference you will see between each disc is, like, this one says disc 1, this one says disc 2. You see that? Right there. Right there. So yeah, that's essentially it for that. So, you know, the pain in the butt of putting everything back consists of, you know, shoving it in there one by one, hoping not to scratch them. And this would be one of those things that if I really enjoyed this series, so much so that I'd be wanting to watch it, you know, multiple times, I'd probably want to take it out of this packaging and put it into something a bit more friendly to being removed, because this, I know for sure, is going to result in scratches and discs falling out and probably, yeah, possibly even breaking. You know, like, I know I've had packaging like this before where the disc, you know, like this disc here especially, when you pull out the first disc, this one has a tendency to fall out as well, and then, you know, falls on the floor. And I've never had one break, but I do know that a DVD can break when it hits the floor from a far enough distance, so that is possible. But let's check out season 2 and see if we're dealing with the exact same type of packaging, anything that's different. Who knows? So here we go. There's the front cover. There's the back cover. Top and spine, back and spine. There's the bottom. There's the portion to pull out. And see, literally all but one disc, all were out of their cradle. All but one disc. So I've got 4 of the 5 discs in my hand right now. Did I not just say this packaging sucks? Yes, I did, but it is the same packaging with the little spindly things that you're supposed to push down and pull out on. If you can get them out eventually at some point. I don't know. But there is the artwork that's inside. And of course, when you take a look at the discs themselves, this time we do get something a little bit different. This artwork and this artwork are not the exact same thing. In fact, they don't even pull from the same thing. So in this case, they are using this image from, this is the insert that I pulled out. So this says the same as the front cover. This is different. The episodes are listed the exact same way as on the first season, but this is the image here that they're using here in the corner for the disc. And then some squiggly lines which they've used to, you know, got over the title there. And yet again, when you look at the discs, they are pressed, they are scratched, some a bit more than others. But this one says disc 1 right there. This one says disc 2 right there. So that's the only thing that differentiates every disc from the other. At least they do say that, and it is clear. So that portion of this grossness at least is correct and works for me. But yeah, this packaging, no good. And I think there's a reason why nobody really uses this packaging anymore. At least I have not seen it on anything in quite a while, and that's simply because of the complaints people had. And this is the thing, I don't get the quality control when companies are looking to use different packaging and stuff like that. I get when they're looking for something really cool and unique in a special collector's edition or something like that. But when it comes to something like this, where this is a general release and they probably would have issued multiple sets using this style of packaging, right, this is how it's supposed to look when you open it up, not all over the place. You would think that they would have a little bit more quality assurances when they pick something like that, when they're pulling out the DVDs and stuff. How well do they, easily do they come out? How do things fall off? And I doubt that anybody went and tried this, more than a couple of times before realizing that, the discs are falling out. And if there's that much a percent, chance of discs falling out and getting scratched, it really is not something you should be putting out to your fan base, your consumers, your customers, because you know what? It just sucks. And it makes people upset. And when these type of things come out, they're generally like $40, $50. You drop $50 on something only to have it, you maybe get through watching it once, if you're lucky, without having it damaged, and possibly never working again. So there you go. Seasons 1 and 2 of FX the series. Let me know what you think. Are your thoughts the same about this type of packaging as mine are? Or do you have, or maybe you like it. Maybe you like it. Maybe you are crazy. Maybe you are. But comment down below. I want to hear from you. Did you like FX? Talk about the movies or the television show down below. Just keep it spoiler free. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.